You wanna know the difference between the guy who gets what he wants and the guy who has always left wondering what happened. It's not about being the strongest or the loudest. It's about being the smartest. It's about seeing the whole board while everyone else is just looking at their next move. Most people live their lives reacting. The boss texts, they jump. A problem pops up, they panic. They're like a pinball, getting knocked around by whatever comes their way. But the real players, the guys at the top, they don't react, they act. They're not playing checkers, they're playing chess. And I'm not talking about the game with the little wooden pieces. I'm talking about life. Think about it. When you make a move, are you thinking about the next one? Or are you just trying to survive the current one? The powerful man, he's already thinking 3, 4, 10 moves ahead. He sees the traps before they're even set. He knows what you're gonna do before you even know you're gonna do it. How? Because he understands people. He knows what makes them tick. He knows their fears, their desires, their little habits. He studies them, not in a creepy way, but in a strategic way. It's all about information. The more you know, the more power you have. The guy who knows how his opponent will react can set the whole game up in his favor from the start. Let's break it down real simple. You're in a negotiation. The other guy wants 100 grand. You can only give 70. The average guy starts arguing, no, I can't do 100. How about 70? It's a head-on collision. But the strategist? He doesn't even talk about the money at first. He talks about the future. He talks about other opportunities, about long-term partnership. He makes the 70 grand feel like just the beginning of a much bigger prize. He changes the game from a what-I'm transaction to a long-term relationship. He's not just thinking about this deal, he's thinking about the next 10 deals. He's playing the long game. He gets the other guy to focus on the future so he can win in the present. That's thinking ahead. It's about controlling the frame. The frame is the context, the lens through which everyone sees the situation. Whoever controls the frame controls the game. If you let the other person set the frame, you're playing by their rules. For example, if your boss comes at you angry about a mistake, the frame is you messed up, and you're in trouble. Most people get defensive. They make excuses. But what if you reframed it? What if you immediately said, you're right. That was a failure. Here are the 3 things I learned from it and the exact steps I am taking to make sure it delivers twice the results next time. See what happened. You took control. You shifted the frame from you a failure to you a problem solver who learns. You're not just reacting to the heat, you're using the fire to forge something stronger. That's a power move. A lot of you are probably thinking, this sounds like manipulation. And you know what? It is. But not all manipulation is bad. You manipulate the ingredients to bake a cake. You manipulate your schedule to be more productive. It's about influence. It's about guiding outcomes to your favor. The world is a constant negotiation of power and influence. You can either be the one influencing or the one being influenced. There ain't no in between. The trick is to do it ethically to create win-win situations. The best strategists make the other person feel like they won, even when they got exactly what they wanted all along. They give a little to get a lot. If you're finding this useful, and you want to learn how to stop being a piece on the board and start being the player, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. We're just getting started here at the Vory Code. I am gonna be breaking down all the psychological tricks and strategies the powerful use every single day. Drop a comment below and tell me about a time you got outplayed. No shame in it. We've all been there. The first step to learning is admitting you got something to learn. Alright. Let's talk about patience. This is where most people screw up. They want everything yesterday. They get a little taste of success, and they get greedy. They push too hard, too fast, and show their whole hand. The true strategist is a master of patience. He can wait. He knows that sometimes the best move is no move at all. Let your opponent make the mistake. Let them get impatient. Let them overextend. When you're fishing, you don't just yank the line as soon as you feel a little nibble. You wait for the fish to take the whole bait. You let it commit. It's the same in life. You plant seeds, you water them, and you wait for the right moment to harvest. Rushing the harvest ruins the crop. Think of a big-time investor. He doesn't buy a stock because it's hot today. He buys it because he's analyzed the company, the market, the trends, and he sees where it's going to be in 5 or 10 years. While everyone else is panic selling during a dip, he's buying more because his strategy isn't based on today's emotions. It's based on a long-term vision. He's playing a different game than the day traders. He's thinking in years, while they're thinking in minutes. Who do you think ends up with the real net worth? It ain't the guy sweating over the 15-minute chart. It's the guy who had a plan and the patience to see it through. This applies to your career, your business, your relationships, everything. You want to get that promotion? Don't just do your job. Look at what your boss's boss needs. Solve problems they don't even know they have yet. Make yourself indispensable not for the job you have, but for the job you want. You're not just working for a paycheck, you're building a reputation. You're laying the groundwork for your next move. Every task, every project, is a piece of a bigger puzzle. Don't just place the piece, think about how it connects to the next 10 pieces. And let's get one thing straight, thinking ahead doesn't mean you'll never be surprised, you will. The world is unpredictable, but the strategist has contingency plans. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. He's already thought about what could go wrong. He's a professional worrier, but in a productive way. When the unexpected happens, he doesn't freeze. He's already got a playbook for it. The average person sees a roadblock and stops. The strategist sees a roadblock and says, "Good. I knew this might happen. Time for Plan B." He sees problems as opportunities to use one of his other plans. This preparation gives him a calmness, a confidence, that other people mistake for luck. It ain't luck. It's preparation meeting opportunity. It's about emotional discipline. Powerful men aren't robots. They feel anger, fear, excitement just like anyone else. The difference is, they don't let those emotions drive the car. They acknowledge the emotion, they put it in the passenger seat, but they keep their hands on the wheel. Making decisions when you're angry or scared is the fastest way to lose. It's like going all in on a poker hand just because you have a gut feeling. The pros don't do that. They stick to their strategy, based on odds and observation, not on a rush of adrenaline. They know that the moment you let emotion take over, you've already lost, because you've become predictable. And a predictable opponent is an easy opponent to beat. So, how do you start? You start small. Start by thinking one step ahead in your daily conversations. Before you speak, ask yourself, what is the goal of this conversation? What do I want this person to think, feel, or do after we're done? Start observing people. Don't just listen to what they say, watch what they do. Actions tell you the real story. Pay attention to patterns. What makes your boss happy? What annoys your partner? What are your customers really looking for? This is all data. The more data you collect, the better your predictions will be. The better your predictions, the better your strategy. It's a muscle you have to build. You're not going to become a grandmaster overnight. But if you start practicing, if you start looking at the world like a chessboard, you'll be amazed at how quickly you start seeing the moves before they happen. You'll stop getting caught off guard. You'll start creating your own luck. You'll start being the one who makes things happen, instead of the one wondering what the hell just happened. Alright, that's the lesson for today. The psychology of strategy isn't some secret knowledge only for billionaires and generals. It's a way of thinking that anyone can learn. It's about being deliberate. It's about being patient. And it's about understanding people. Now, I want you to stick around. Don't just click off to the next shiny video. I want you to go back and watch this video a second time. The first time, you just listened. The second time, I want you to take notes. Think about one thing in your life right now where you've been reacting instead of strategizing. Identify it. That's your first target. Watching it twice will lock it in your brain. That's your homework. Don't let me down. Hit subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. We got a lot more to cover.